So I'm seeing tonight is poor. Transparency is poor. But I did some more tweaking in the system. And I wanted to run it through its paces again. So we're running on M53 tonight. So so guiding looks like it's a little choppy tonight. We have a breeze. So it's maybe struggling a little bit. Taking 60 frames at 60 seconds apiece. You know, that guide star could be a little rounder. I probably didn't quite get the focus on there. Might be part of the problem. It's calculating the centroid incorrectly. Although it is moving around a lot. If I recall, the weather wasn't very good. It's going to probably cloud up here in about another hour. That's the reason I'm only running an hour. So That's what the Needle Galaxy. I would go after that, but I think the skies are too crappy. Let me see where that's at right now. Let's see here. Transit time is midnight, 12:30. Considering what he's working with, it's actually not that bad. You're gonna ask me to log in, aren't you? Yeah, cancel that. Ugh. Actually, I could just tell you I'm making a run of 60 frames by 60 seconds each of M53. At a gain of about 400. Tracking appears to be mostly in the 1 arc second range, plus or minus. Did some tweaking on the scope today. Checked the collimation, the focuser or the back plate and the focuser were slightly off, so I corrected that, and then verified the primary didn't need to be touched on a star test tonight. It's pretty good. Just had to tweak the focusers after dinking around with it for a little bit, but that's okay. Seems to be pretty good focus tonight, given the lousy transparency and the lousy seeing. My guide star's kind of bouncing around out there. We got a breeze out there too. So I'm good. 23 frames in out of 60. This should finish just before midnight. Supposedly it's going to cloud up in another hour or so, but we'll keep going until the cloud says us. And it's 18 degrees C out there. Pretty warm. It's about 70 degrees. One of our warmer days in the last, well, quite a while actually. If you have any questions, let me know. Just type it in the text chat. Sky conditions are not very good tonight. I need to show you that. Not very good at all. Transparency is below average. Seeing is poor, 2 out of 5. But we're not supposed to get some cloud cover until midnight or 1 o'clock. So we'll get some cloud cover around 1. I'll probably close it up by then. And the moon will be coming up around 2. So yeah, we got a little bump here. Yep, got outside 2 arc seconds, it looks like. So let's take a look at this. You throw the magnifier on one of these. Take a look at these stars, see how they're looking here. 10x. Got a little vertical. I wonder if that's the seeing. That one's pretty square. That one's symmetrical. That one's not too bad. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape maybe. Like I said, the seeing is bubbling all over the place. Actually, take a look at the cluster itself. A little soft. Highly magnified here. Down into the pixels now. Actually, that one's pretty good considering the seeing. I have to remember to take some darks because I'm running at pretty warm temperatures tonight. In fact, I had to redo the darks on the guide camera tonight because it's um, 70 degrees out there, and I've been running this thing down in the close to freezing last time I was out. So I had to run a new set of darks on the guide camera to get rid of about 10 hot pixels. I think there's still one sitting here right there. This is a star and this is a star, but I think this is still a hot pixel sitting there. But there was about a 10 or 12 that were on there until I set up another uh, dark frame run. A little tired tonight. Did my taxes today. What a joy that was. But they're done. And then I putzed around out in the observatory about an hour late this afternoon. I wanted to see if I could mount my 4-inch SCT on the top plate with my camera. And it's a little top heavy, so I can't do that until I get the 4-inch extension on my deck shaft from Clay. Once I get that, I'll be able to extend the weights down another up to 4 inches, and I should be able to balance the 4-inch on top of the 10-inch. So I want to take that. That's an F10, 1,000 millimeter focal length. So it's about half the focal length of. I don't want to restart now. What are you doing to me here? Which computer is asking for that? It's this computer. Oh, goody. So, let's see here. Restart options. Off. Okay, that's what it should be. I'll restart it when I'm ready. Anyhow, so I can put the 4-inch F10 Schmidt cast on top with my Canon T3i, so I can do some a little wider field view at the same time that I'm running the 10-inch. Plus, it might be a decent planetary scope. We'll see. I actually mounted it up there, but I couldn't get it to balance because I didn't have quite enough weights. 40 pounds isn't enough to add that on there. If I can shift it out 4 inches, that'll probably do just fine. Let's see, this should tell us where we're pointing at M53. I did move it a little bit off center to center of the object, but we're pretty close. Actually, I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to bring up the internal sky here, because I've got my camera set up on that one. We'll center this. So that should be my field of view of this should be my field of view of the camera. What would be interesting is to verify that against what I've got in the field of view there. Looks like my field of view is actually wider than what the sky tells me. But look at this here. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to grab this and move this over here. I'm going to compare these two. These are those two stars there, and so my field of view appears to be bigger. Yeah, so this is incorrect. I need to fix this. Not sure why I got that incorrect. Let's see here. So if that's my field of view in real time, and this is not matching that, these three stars should come in there, and let's see. Let me see what we got. Maybe it's these two. No, I think it's these right here. So we go to our data. If I could remember where I did that setup. That's not it. Tools. It's over here. Reference field of view indicators. That's where it is. Let me edit my detector. Thought it was this size. This might be actually 18. 18. This might actually be 26. Okay. Create the field of view. That's actually more correct. Right there. Turn that one on. Turn this one off. Okay. I think that's more correct. Although I don't have that bright one down there. These might be those 3 or 4. And that might be that one there. And actually this might be that one there. Yeah, this looks closer to what it is. Okay, that's a good correction then. I'll go with that. Now that I understand what my chip size is a little better. Let's save that. So that's the field of view that I think I'm looking at right now. Okay. It's all nothing but a blur, huh? Um, the video that you're watching? Are you watching at 720p? There's a little fuzzball in the middle there. It's the okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't full screen with it yet. I was doing something else with it, so hopefully that's working out for you now. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type in. I'm taking pictures of M53 right now in my squeaky chair, making lots of noise. And just started frame 37, yeah, 38 out of 60. I'm only going to run an hour and then check the sky because we're supposed to maybe get some cloud cover in an hour. We'll see. But I'm on M53 here. This is the sky running on the laptop. I had the sky running on my main computer because it's refreshes a lot faster, so I didn't even bother with it on there. But I am controlling the scope. Where am I? Yep, should be with the sky on the laptop. Yeah, 720 or even 1080 if that option is there. But I think while I'm streaming, it's only 720. So for those that haven't been around before, this is my guide camera Lodestar 2. I'm guiding on this little fuzzy blob here, and I'm running a ZWO ASI 071MC camera, taking primary images. I got hour and a half before I hit Meridian, so I'm in good shape. Plus I can go an hour past. Even though it's kind of poor sky tonight, I figured it's clear. I might as well make some more practice runs, see how things are working. Seems like at the beginning of the night, I get start up my DS600, which is the hub that the cameras are connected to, and that hub connects to my Ethernet router. It seems like I lose those connections for about 20 minutes at the beginning of the night. I keep having to reboot the DS600, and then and it might have to do with my live views running pretty fast. But then the DS600 goes offline, and I have to reboot it. Once it stabilizes within about a half an hour, it usually is good for quite a while. Knock on wood. My chances are it'll crash on me right now. But looks like the guiding settled down a little bit. I should be playing my tunes. I used to stream audio back, oh, I don't know, 15 years ago, just to listen to tunes in a web conference software. I used to chat with people around the world. Let's see here. I got my focuser up. So over here it says it's 18 degrees C. And my focus is pretty close to the all the way in. It's only 660 counts in, which is about 1 millimeter. I only have 8 millimeters of travel on the focuser, and I'm probably within a millimeter of zero count. That happened because I rotated the primary camera, and in doing so, I had to bring the lock. There's a lock screw that locks it down tight to the on axis out a little bit. So I'm also running with a IR cut filter, an IR UV cut filter that I put on there to help with the focusing, because apparently the infrared focuses a little differently, so it gives you kind of blurry stars. And I might take that off when I go after nebula, so I get a little more of the red, because the camera's comes does not come with an IR cut filter. It does. I bought that separate just to um, I bought that separate just so that I can get a little better focus on the stars. It cuts the a little bit. It cuts the UV and the infrared, but it's a screw-on filter. It's a 2-inch filter. So I've been running with that for a month. That's why now a lot of the nebulosity images that I've taken don't have a lot of as much red as a lot of other people get, because I have that filter in. So I'm running APT tool and PHD2, and I don't have my Canon turned on. I decided not to. I just got the two Starlight Express, which is a load star, and the ZWO running off the DS600 here. This is like watching the grass grow, eh, folks? Anyhow, so I kept the exposures down so the sky glow wasn't so bad, and I'll take 60 of these and then I'll stack them tomorrow, see what we get, and then do some processing on that stack. See what that looks like when we're done. Let's see here. projects. I'm on M53. This will actually compute it too, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's supposedly the size of it. Hmm. Oh, now that I turned that on, how do I turn it off? Good job. There we go. Oh, yeah. I was going to mow the lawn, but I didn't get out there. Let me just go full screen here. Um, Hello, computer. What did you just do to me? Interesting. It lost half of it there. Let's see what we got here. Huh. Okay. Half of it went away. This is kind of weird how it's behaving here. That's my signal strength out. The wireless is not that great. Let's see what this says. Oh, it says it's excellent. My new laptop has a much better wireless. So we had 13 more 1 minute exposures to go. If the sky holds, I may increase that to 2 minutes or up the gain and see what that looks like. Although I should go out. I can take the dark frames after I close it up. That's no big deal. Yeah, I haven't cooled the camera. I didn't think about it this time. So we're running pretty warm. Camera's at 21C. It's about 68 degrees out, I think, right now. I could have cooled this down quite a bit and got rid of some noise. Well, I update my systems about every 5 years. I just updated this one, what, a month ago? A month or two ago. Only mostly because I had to. The motherboard died on me on the old one. So I put all new components in. Let me look at, I'm going to take a quick look at some of the previous ones. I took a 60-second one at the beginning here. It was pretty bright background. That's why I dropped. Actually, this was 30 seconds at a gain of 500. So I dropped the gain down. That one just came back in. Oh, by the way, I took some Jupiter shots too, which were kind of cool. They're pretty crummy, but they're kind of cool, you know. Take a look at Jupiter there through the 10-inch. Zoom in a little bit. Really blurry. I'll mess around with some stacking of that. I took about 50 or 80 images of that, so that was kind of fun. What else did I do tonight? Hmm. I bet you I'm getting some. This camera's. I should have cooled it down before I started. The software I have is called Deep Sky Stacker. You bring up in. You just load up your 30 images and you select them all and you tell it to go out and find all the stars on every single one of them, and it'll automatically count the stars and where they're positioned, and then it will register them all together and then stack them and create one output file. So it automatically does it. That's why you take a bunch of them so that they'll all, hopefully all be fairly close. Oh, you should be able to see Jupiter's moons, yeah. Yeah, the software automatically lines them up and stacks them for you. I wouldn't do that manually. That was the whole point of all this software. It automates a bunch of stuff. I'll be right back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to let this finish up, but I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. 5 more to go. That was not too bad. That's pretty good shape there. Hmm. Well, what do we want to do next? Pull this up. What do we want to do next? Probably another cluster because these galaxies are going to be. Sky's conditions aren't good enough to do these galaxies. I've already done M3 before. M53 was a new one. Let's see here. What do we want to do? M5 is a little low. Wait for that one. There's my comet. I might go over and go after the comet again if the sky holds up. Or we could do M92. I did M13 the other night, so maybe we'll go after M92 next. Just 3 more of M53. And then I think I'll slew over to M92. Because I was messing with the balance today, I had to start the scope up in the cold position. And I did a sync on Betelgeuse. Then I slewed all the way over here to M53. Or actually, I went to Jupiter first and then M53. It was on the chip, but it wasn't centered. So I blew my model away when I started a cold start. I'll have to do another model, but as long as it's on the chip, I can center it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the live chat there. Text chat. Just type in whatever. And if you want to say who you are, that'd be great, so I know who's watching. I've got the text chat up on my second screen which is not being displayed. Russ, you online with us? Yeah, this was at a gain of over 500, and I thought that was a little too much. One of these nights I may try running the gain that high and see what kind of results we get. I'm only running around 400, I think, right now. And those who just joined, I actually try to do a little bit of Jupiter tonight too, just to see what it would do. These are single images. There's a picture of Jupiter. I'll try stacking the. I took about 80 images. I'll try stacking them and see what kind of results we get on that. Looks like we just about finished the last one. Yep, last exposure on M53. So I'm going the observing the plan is done. I've taken well, it's not actually 180 frames. I only took 60. I just named it and then modified it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to M92. So let's go ahead and slew. Zipping across the sky here. Okay, so we've slewed. Now let's go see if we're got it on the chip here. Back to camera. I'm going to go up here and set the settings. This maxed out to 600. And I'm going to set this to 5 seconds and do a live view. And there it is. Yep, see it's a little offsetter, but that's okay. That's what I expected it to be, a little bit off to the right, because that's the other one was too. So, where'd my hand controller go? Let's see here. Okay, still in live view. Oh, that's right. I've got to go over here and open up the hand controller from here. Show hand controller. There we go. So I'm going to guess the direction here. We'll pop it one. Yeah, we'll pop it this direction now. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see if my guide camera's got anything in it. Doesn't look like it. It's not a good sign. Nothing there. And we're going to pop this a little bit more here because I want to get something, a guide star on here. So let's see here. Yeah, it looks like a guide star. Pretty tiny. Let's see if I can guide on that. Gotta let it settle down here. Wow, that sucker's bouncing all around. Let's bring this brightness up a bit. See it. Okay. N- uh, it's, it's not holding that star good. Let me see if I can find a better one here. No, the comet's not in the field of view here. It was on the Sky software because I had it zoomed way out so you could see that where it was. But let me see if I can bump this again here. This should be good enough. Let me see. Let me go to 3 seconds here. It's pretty dim. All right, let's start tracking on it. See if that'll stabilize. It's pretty small star. Let me take a look at this a little differently here. Yeah, it should be enough to track on that. Should be enough. Seeing is terrible. That thing's moving all over the place. Okay, we'll start with that. Seems to settle down some. All right, so I'm going to go over here. Let's change the settings here. Drop this back to 400, 405. Okay. Ooh, boy, that really darkened it up. But that's okay, because I'm not going to be taking 5 second shots. I'm going to be taking 60-second shots. So this is M92. And we're going to start the first exposure. Yeah, that was the comet up further north. If the sky holds up, I may go after it a little bit. I wanted to get higher. Wow, getting quite a bit of variation on the guiding here. That sucker went out to 2 arc seconds. Wonder if I'm getting some breeze again or the seeing's just going really bad. I'm going to take a look at this first image here and then I'm going to go outside and take a look at the sky. Again, the clear sky chart says it's supposed to be poor seeing and poor transparency. So, all right, there's the first one. Oh, that's kind of burned out in the middle there. Hmm. Didn't really want that to be burned out. Wonder if I should drop that down some more. I'll wait for the second image and see what that looks like. Let me see if my focus has moved very much here. It doesn't look too bad. No, it's not bad. It's seeing. I'm seeing limited tonight. Boy, if I wanted to take 5 hours worth of images of this thing, I could do it all night. What is my azimuth here? Let me see here. I got 7 hours to limit. I must be right off the, not too far off the horizon here. Let me take a look at this. Where is it at right now? It doesn't transit until 3:40. It's 45 degrees up, so it's not real low. Oop, it's not the one I was talking about. Hang on a second here. Yeah, it's 33 degrees up. It's off to the northeast. It's okay. It's not very far up right now. I might be looking through too much atmosphere. Well, 3 images in, it's really burning out in the center there. I don't particularly like that. Let me see if I can do this a little differently. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to set this down to 350. Yeah, right around there. We'll start this up again. Actually, let me just take a single shot here. Take a look at that. Yeah, I expect I'm probably going to lose this guy. They said it would get worse as the night went on, but I'll get what I can. Boy, this thing's really bouncing around. What's my RMS on here? Yeah, my RMS on the RA is higher than normal. It's usually down around zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.4. It's at 0.6 right now, which 1.15 arc seconds. RA oscillation 0.4. Look at that zig sawtooth there. Well, it doesn't have a burned out core anymore. Alright, let's just run with that. Start that up. I'll be right back. I'm going to check the sky visually. I think it's getting worse, but we'll give it a look see. Yeah, it's transparency is getting worse. It's pretty hazy out. What do you want, cat? What do you want? Want some petting? Want some loving? One of my cats keeps coming in to visit me. I should check my email, see if I've got anything going on at Zoota. Hmm. I got a email from Zoota Observatory, ACP scheduler M86 has completed successfully. Cool. I'll need to go over there and download my images. Let's see, where is it? Russ Carroll's gentleman has a observatory in New Mexico. I think it's a 20-inch plane wave. I think it's either 17 or 20 inch, and he graciously allowed me to do some imaging runs this last couple of nights on his scope. And I just got an email that said that my M86 run is complete. So I'll download those in the morning and take a look at them. Ram, ram, cat. What do you want? I stopped petting you, so you got mad at me. Ram. I got 5 hours to Meridian. Yeah, it's tracking on that star, even though it's pretty dim. I'm going to drop this back down to 2.5 seconds here. See if it'll help the tracking a little bit. Oh, it barely sees it. Uh, Surprised I'm getting so much movement in deck. It's got to be seeing. Yeah, it's really bouncing around out there. It's got to be the seeing that's giving me trouble. Oh, yep. Got 8 images in. We're taking shots of M92. I should look at this region of interest and see if what that means. I need to look that up. I wonder if I can just zoom in on this area and have it only download images for the around it instead of the whole screen. This is a 16 megapixel chip. There's a lot of data. Each FITS file is 30 megabytes. Huge files when you go to process. I actually did my Comet run there. It was 240 shots at 30 seconds each, and I'm in PixInsight. I had to use a master image, do all my processing one step at a time, apply it to all 240, and would create 50 gigabytes of output files. The RA RMS is almost up to an arc second. Not very good. So definitely the seeing is bad. Looks like I'm averaging a RMS error of 1.2 overall. Like to get us some really steady nights here to exercise this thing. Some really good transparency and really good seeing. Be nice to have that once in a while. I think the run I made on the 8th was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. Had good guiding. But it happens to be clear enough that I can actually practice and see how this is working out. Everything seems to be working good. Just lousy sky conditions. Seeing is 2 out of 5 and transparency is below average. Boy, that RA corrections are all over the place. I was having problems with that star. See if I can make that centroid a little brighter. See if that helps. I'll go full screen here. Then we can take a look at it a little closer. Use the magnifier here. These corners are pretty good actually, considering the seeing conditions are so bad. Corners aren't too bad. Let's go up over here. Yeah, got a little ablation there. Still not convinced I'm on the optical center. I did some analysis today, and actually put the laser collimator in through the. I handheld it through the imaging port, just flush up to the imaging port, and it reflection was off center from the center dot on the secondary, which tells me that on axis is not square with the optical path. So I don't know what I can do about that yet. Welcome. We're on exposure 15 of 60, taking 60-second exposures of M92. I go much longer, I get sky glow because the transparency is so bad. And we do have a little um, light pollution here. Alright, I'm going to stop the feed. It's after midnight, so